former Soviet Union. The latest example, let me tell you about 35-year-old Ruping Liu. Already a billionaire, Mr. Liu is dubbed by the Chinese as the Chinese Elon Musk for his efforts to send people into space and his work on cutting-edge projects like jet-powered surfboards. Sounds like a creative guy. Where's he getting all these ideas? Well, reports that Mr. Liu simply stole intellectual property from one of America's most well-regarded scientists, David Smith of Duke University.
We know that the Chinese have a shopping list of intelligence and technology that they target every year. We know that the research that he took from Duke University was on that collection list, and we know that certain government officials and operatives met with him while he was in the United States.
They came in and took pictures and measurements of all the equipment and actually sent that back to China, is what I found.
Oh, take measurements and send it back to China. Joining me now for a reaction is Dean Cheng, Senior Research Fellow at Heritage Foundation's Asian Studies Center. This is nothing new, but it still shocks me. He comes to Duke University, lawfully here. Suddenly, he's a big billionaire back home, and he has this cutting-edge technology that's Dr. Smith's.
Yep. Well, Mr. Liu basically said he came to Duke University specifically to work with that professor, that he'd been following his work for years, and he actually apparently brought several of his colleagues over as well to work on that professor's
How is this allowed? How do we continue to allow this, given how bad we've done, we've done to combat intellectual property theft in the United States?
So here's a couple of statistics to show you just how bad things are. There are 350,000 Chinese students in the United States.
All paying cash.
Yes, that is part of why they are here. Because for the University of California, they get $40,000 for a foreign student, only $13,000 from an in-state student. Is it any surprise that as a result, there are 6 times as many now Chinese students at Berkeley, for example, than there were just 10 years ago?
35% of all foreign students now in American universities are Chinese.
That's right.
Now, if you could devise a government policy on this, what would it look like?
I think there's a couple of things. One of the things, obviously, if you're a professor who is taking government money, particularly money from DARPA or DOD to do research, you obviously need to be very careful of who you accept, even on work and projects that aren't in turn funded by DARPA, because your computer system is potentially...
What's DARPA? What is that?
DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. It's the super high-tech secret warriors.
Oh, I love the acronyms in Washington. You hear these acronyms, no one knows what they mean, but I have to ask you. I don't know what I mean.
No, absolutely. But the other thing we need to do is we need to basically promote STEM, science, technology, and engineering and mathematics research in the United States. One of the reasons why we bring in so many foreign grad students is that Americans aren't willing to study STEM, and foreign students are.
Oh, well, the liberal arts. Everyone's doing, environmental science. Well, that's important. It's a good, and psychology. Whatever. What major are you? I'm a psych major. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm majoring in English. Okay. Well, what are you going to do for work? How are you going to make money?
That's a fundamental problem.
Ivanka Trump's doing a big push on STEM for girls, and which I think is really important. She's really spending a lot of time on that, pushing that initiative. That's critical.
Absolutely. But unfortunately, you have professors, for example, at the University of Illinois who are pushing, you know what math is? Math is about grievance. It's about whiteness. And so therefore...
Whiteness?
Yes.
Like a whiteboard, maybe,
no.
Writing the equations on that I still don't understand.
So you wind up, foreign students come here wanting to do all the hard math and science and all that, and American students, too many of them are being taught by professors whose attitude is, you know what math is about? Math is about oppression.
Oh my goodness, scary. Thank you so much. We'll have you on again. This story is not going away. And when we come back, Michael Avenatti is like a squatter who just